Buenos dia. Good morning. Thank you for inviting us to show our creches from the United States at your virtual Congreso. I am Rita Bocher of the United States Friends of the Creche. This morning we shall be showing you 7 creches from the United States. These are from the collection of 3,600 compiled by the Reverend Johann Roten of the Marian Library at the University of Dayton, Ohio. Father Roten has written the descriptions and has also done the titles. The first 2 creches are from the American Southwest. They are from the area along the Rio Grande, and they are of the Indian pueblos or villages along that area. Nativities or creches of that area are very typical and are very similar in style. This nativity is called Adobe Nativity and is by the artist Robert Toledo of the Jemez Pueblo. The traditional house of the Pueblo Indians is called an adobe. It is made of clay bricks, sanded, painted, and fired, a process also used for the clay figures. This set points to the merging of the 2 cultures, the traditional nativity figures on the left and the rainbow dancers on the roof. This nativity, called Christmas Enters the Kiva, is by the artist Santana Sionia, also of the Jemez Pueblo. Today, the spiritual center of the Pueblo is frequently the mission church, if it is not replaced by the even older tradition of the Kiva, the house of prayer in the traditional Indian religion. Kivas, the building and the worship that takes place inside, are surrounded with mystery and great respect. Usually, a ladder leads into the prayer house, and a second ladder stands out or up from the circular building, reaching into the sky. The vertical poles are of uneven length and symbolize the 2 principal directions of human life: earth, the shorter pole, and sky, the longer pole, or material and spiritual values. The fact that Christmas has entered the Kiva points to a possible convergence between the old and new religions. Father Roten has called this nativity by Karen Howard, like wife, like husband. In older representations of the nativity, Joseph rarely enjoyed good press. Some scenes show him apart from the mother and child. Some show him brooding, and in some scenes he even sleeps the sleep of the just. The 17th and 19th century, he enjoyed enthusiastic devotion. He was once defined as like wife, like husband. Now he is seen as a solicitous husband and father figure, and often is the one who holds the baby and rocks him to sleep. This nativity, called First Experiences, is by Pipka Ovilden. Pipka has created a nativity set which has all the ingredients of sentimental appeal and sweet memories. It suggests a white Christmas. There is the little drummer boy on the left, the tender fawn and meek donkey, the boy with the lamb, and angels of all ages. The stable is sturdy and drafty, but it presents the essential comforts of home: pots and pans, candles and house bell, even a wicker basket filled with flowers. St. Joseph holds the customary lamp, and the mother reflects the fresh beauty of a Madonnina by Raphael. Not to forget the elegant flourish of the adult shepherd's sincere tribute to the baby. It all seems to be right as it should be, right as it was when we first experienced the Christmas event. This nativity by the Reverend Don Smith is called the Different Comfort Zone. It is crafted of raku, a Japanese type of pottery. The objects are fired at a high temperature, later removed and placed in an open-air container filled with combustible materials. The technique produces a crackling of the pottery surface. Christianity is a kind of comfort zone. Like the many leaves robing people and animals of this set, it wraps its promise of a new creation in Christ around our minds, souls, and hearts. The Holy Family is on the center tier, with kings and shepherds along the sides. This nativity by Claire Stoner gives the impression of fragility and vertical imbalance. The thin and elongated arms and legs and the subdued pastel coloring of the figures are like an anatomical reconfiguration of Gothic architecture. Claire Stoner's figures are like a sigh of nostalgia for the spiritual, the quest of those, like children, who are pure of heart, the name that Claire Stoner gave to this collection. Let the Light Shine Through by M. Field. One of the highest ambitions of religious art is to make visible the invisible. Among the countless ways of attempting the impossible is the method of transparency. It works with the premise that time and space are filled with divine presence. The only challenge is to make them transparent so that the divine is able to shine through them and become visible. Icons of Eastern Christianity and stained glass windows in the West are conceived according to this principle. Thus, the saints in the colored glass windows of our churches are the ones who let the light shine through. They are transparent to divine presence. Our nativity set reflects some of this reality. Graceful, tall, and nearly transparent, these figures are messengers of divine light. This sculpture was a collaboration of Father Roten and artist Kevin Hanna. Over 300 clay figures, varying in height from 5 centimeters to 20 centimeters, depict the myriad events from creation and loss to the coming of the Messiah and ultimate redemption. It is in a triangular shape, typically called the Mountain of Salvation. The art of the Northern Renaissance, specifically that of the artist Peter Bruegel the Elder, was selected as the vehicle to carry out the drama. The story unfolds over an intricately detailed wood landscape, 365 centimeters by 168 centimeters. On the left, there is God's creation and man's inventiveness, culminating in the Tower of Babel. On the base and on the right is the story of the Messiah and the redemption. One can see on the lower left the Annunciation and the visit to Elizabeth. The stable of the Nativity stands halfway between the Tower of Babel on the left and the cathedral spires on the right. Suns and stars, signifying the presence of God, stream down to the humble structure, which is open on all sides. To the right is the flight into Egypt, the presentation in the temple, and the marriage feast at Cana. The name Mirror of Hope conveys the Christian story as a history of hope and redemption. It is a message that gives ultimate meaning to our personal history and to that of human existence. Thank you for your kind attention to our sampling of creches from the United States. We hope that in the future we shall have the opportunity of better times and seeing each other in person. Again, thank you.